This one's for the wrestling fans. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, once again, coming with you with another episode of the X Zone. I'm gonna stop saying it like that because that's just weird. Very, very weird, in fact. Anyways, today's topic of conversation is the WWE and WrestleMania. Maybe I'll put it on this side, or this side, or this side. WrestleMania 30. That's the topic of conversation for today, because right now, going into WrestleMania, for any WWE fan out there, it's not looking that good. No, it's not. It's pretty shite, if I do say so myself. Because as of right now, we're looking at a main event that's going to feature Dave Bautista versus Randy Orton. And nobody wants to see that. And outside of that, we had CM Punk walk out of the company. So, boom, there's a big loss right there. Maybe the WWE isn't thinking that, but the fans sure are. That's for damn sure. So, yeah, pretty simply, things are a little bit shit right now, and well, I could go over how the WWE might be able to salvage something. I mean, they could, have Bryan win the Elimination Chamber. Say if they did get Punk back, they have Punk come in at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, fight Batista for the #1 contendership, and boom, go into WrestleMania that way. And they could fiddle around with the other bits and pieces and have a great match card. However, that's unlikely to happen. Now, there's still a long ways to go until WrestleMania. They still have plenty of time to give us a good WrestleMania card. So, today, I'm just going to run over what, trying to be a bit realistic here this year of how the situation is right now. Though, I will say, I'm including CM Punk into my dream card right now. Even if he's not going to be in it, and I'll have a little change around just, to solve that problem for the main event anyway. But let's dive into my WrestleMania 3rd card, shall we? Match number 1. We gotta have a Divas match. Even though the Divas division is, well, it hasn't been good since Trish and Lita were around, let's face it. It's gone downhill pretty damn fast. Pretty much all they focus on now is Total Divas! Yay! Bullshit. But anyways, let's slap a Divas match there, because we need the Divas Championship. Should be the women's title. Just saying. On the line at WrestleMania. So, match number 1, AJ Lee versus Natalya. Two that could, actually wrestle if they were told, don't hold back. Go out there, steal the show. Make the guys work for it. Which, was what Trish and Lita did. They main evented Raw at one point. But yeah, match number 1, AJ versus Natalya. That could work out well, I think. Just because, Natalya she is from a wrestling family, and she knows her way around the ring if they would let her, actually wrestle. So there's that. Match number 2, Intercontinental Championship. Big E Langston versus Roman Reigns, the powerhouse of the Shield, which he is. Yes, he is. So you have those two fight it out. Winner, Roman Reigns. Win the Intercontinental title this year. Hold on to it, say, up until Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble next year. Have him enter the Rumble, win the Rumble, go on to WrestleMania, and win the title at WrestleMania 31. That's what should happen. Will it happen? No. But that's match number 2 on my dream card. Match number 3. European Championship. Where the fuck did that come from? United States Championship on the line. 6-man elimination battle royale. And the men in this match: Dean Ambrose, the current champion, Big Show, Mark Henry, Antonio Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, and Seth Rollins. That's right, 2 members of the Shield. Had the match go on, fighting all over the place. One by one, they're ticked off until it comes down to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Because I'm assuming at this point, after the Elimination Chamber, the Shield are going to split anyway. So those two fight it out. Seth Rollins wins the United States Championship. Or Dean Ambrose wins and, can actually say that he's a champion and can defend it legitly. But, yeah, that's match number 3. Match number 4. Now, this is an important one. We're at the mid part of the card here. This will be, I guess, the first main event. And that's going to be Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. That's right, at WrestleMania, where we don't have motherfucking John Cena in the main event again. Because we don't need him in the main event anymore. We don't need him in the championship match anymore. This match will be important for boosting Bray's character. And I want to say, yes, have Bray win this match. Just so that, it's elevating his character. Because, quite frankly, looking at Bray Wyatt right now and the Wyatt family, Bray, could be the next Undertaker-like character. He could be that dark character who wins at WrestleMania all the time. He could be that, dark presence in the WWE. He could be that if they do things right with him. Will they? Again, not likely. But hey, it could happen. So, Bray versus John Cena. Next match on the line: Triple Threat Tag Team Title match. And we're talking TLC here. And this match will be between the champions, the New Age Outlaws, say if they're still the title holders then, versus the Wild Samoans, versus Ryback. Just because we gotta throw those two guys in there at some point. Have them fight it out. Wild Samoans win the match. Easy peasy, simple, lemon squeezy. Next match on the list: Batista versus Brock Lesnar. Battle of the Beast. Because, really, this is the only thing that these two should be doing at WrestleMania. Next up on the list: it wouldn't be WrestleMania unless we had The Undertaker. So, there's been rumors going ahead. They say it's done, set in stone, that the WWE has hired him. So, let's have The Undertaker versus Sting at WrestleMania. I know I paused there for a second, but that doesn't matter or anything. So, have those two fight it out. And building up to this match, let's have, Undertaker come out prior to WrestleMania. It would be like challenging somebody. And who comes out? Hulk Hogan. Brother! Have him come out to the ring. And everybody's like, oh my god, we're going to get Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. We don't want to see that bullshit because Hogan can't wrestle worth a damn. Never really could. But let's have that set up, and then Hogan's like, you know what, brother, I've been eating my vitamins, drinking my milk, but I'm no good in the ring anymore. I can't wrestle anymore. So, I went out, and I did the impossible, brother. I did what no man could do. I went to parts unknown. The Ultimate Warrior didn't want to wrestle anymore. So, I turned away from parts unknown. I went to the darkest depths. I found Jake the Snake, but he didn't want to wrestle either. He had enough. He had WrestleMania 3, so that worked ain't no good. So I turned around, and I went further. I went further than no man has ever gone before. I searched the darkest depths, the deepest wells, And I found the one man who has never challenged you at WrestleMania. The one man who has never challenged you in the past 20 years? 20 odd years now? Or 15 years at least. The one man who hasn't been seen since the WCW because TNA doesn't exist. I found the lights go dark. Everybody thinks like, oh my god, Undertaker's just gonna like come back on and he has Hogan chokeslam or whatever. The lights come back on. In the ring. In the corner. With a baseball bat extended out. It's Sting. Not saying a word. Just pointing the baseball bat towards The Undertaker. His head turning and looking up at WrestleMania 30. Boom. Match set in stone. And those two could go on to have a fantastic match at WrestleMania 30. If only for the entrances alone, because you know that would be fucking badass. And then that brings us to our main event. Now the dream main event, of course, Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That would be the dream match. Will it happen? Not likely now. No, unfortunately not. But putting him in the main event would probably be the only way CM Punk would come back to the WWE at this point. Just so we could check that off his bucket list. But, if that doesn't work, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, I guess. Have Orton still have the title. Bryan, end up getting into the main event somehow. Maybe he beats Batista earlier on to earn, that number one contendership. Do it that way. That's one way it could work. So, yeah. Either way, Daniel Bryan, at this point, needs to be in the main event at WrestleMania. Not Batista, not really Orton, but Daniel Bryan does. Because if we get Batista, wow, I'm horrible here today. Batista versus Randy Orton in the main event, well, they're going to get booed out of the building. The crowd will take over, and it will be the absolute worst WrestleMania main event in history. Because if you thought Miz versus John Cena was bad, that will be 10 times worse. Now, I've been Lord X. You've been awesome. Thank you for listening to my little WrestleMania 30 rant, dream match card thingy. And I will catch you next time.